In this special tribute, we honor the legendary wrestlers whose legacies continue to shape the world of wrestling. Their dedication, passion, and unforgettable moments live on in the hearts of fans. We also share emotional updates on Io Sky, whose recent news has deeply resonated with the wrestling community. Join us as we reflect on their lasting impact, celebrate their remarkable journeys, and cherish the memories they left behind. Subscribe to keep their stories alive and ensure their influence is never forgotten. Kevin Sullivan, born on October 26, 1949, carved out a legendary legacy in the ever-evolving world of professional wrestling. Known for his masterful blend of in-ring charisma and behind-the-scenes brilliance, Sullivan was more than just a competitor. He was a visionary who shaped the direction of wrestling storytelling across multiple eras. His career, which began in the late 1960s, spanned over 4 decades and left an indelible mark on major promotions like World Championship Wrestling, WCW, and the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA. Sullivan burst onto the scene with a distinctive presence, captivating fans with his gritty, unpredictable energy and technical prowess. However, it was his transformation into the enigmatic Prince of Darkness that truly defined his persona. Draped in mystique and often shrouded in eerie promos and occult-inspired segments, Sullivan's dark character pushed the boundaries of wrestling theatrics, pulling audiences deep into his twisted universe. Behind the curtain, Sullivan thrived as a booker, demonstrating a razor-sharp understanding of character development and long-term storytelling. His fingerprints are all over some of WCW's most memorable story arcs, and he played a vital role in elevating future stars during the boom of the 1980s and 1990s. He masterminded alliances like the Varsity Club and the bizarrely captivating Dungeon of Doom, showcasing his flair for theatrics and layered narratives. Sadly, Kevin Sullivan, at the age of 74, due to complications related to heart disease, a condition he had privately battled for several years. His passing marks the end of an era, but his influence lives on. Through his haunting promos, dramatic storylines, and fearless creativity, Sullivan remains a revered figure, one whose legacy will echo through the halls of wrestling history for generations to come. Akebono Taro, born Chadwick Haheo Rowan on May 8, 1969, in Honolulu, Hawaii, was a trailblazing athlete who made history in both sumo and professional wrestling. Standing at 6 feet 8 inches tall and weighing over 500 pounds in his prime, Akebono was known for his remarkable size, strength, and charisma. His contributions to the world of sports spanned continents and disciplines, earning him respect and admiration across the globe. Akebono began his sumo career in Japan in 1988 and quickly rose through the ranks due to his powerful performance and disciplined training. In 1993, he made history by becoming the first non-Japanese-born wrestler to be promoted to the rank of Yokozuna, the highest and most prestigious title in sumo wrestling. His ascent was a monumental moment in the sport's history, symbolizing the increasing global influence of sumo. He would go on to win 11 top division championships and become a household name in Japan. After retiring from sumo in 2001, Akebono transitioned into professional wrestling and combat sports. He debuted in World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, in 2004 and famously faced Big Show in a sumo match at WrestleMania 21 in 2005. His presence and agility, despite his size, made him a fan favorite. He later wrestled in various Japanese promotions and even participated in kickboxing and MMA events, showcasing his versatility. Akebono, at the age of 54, due to heart failure resulting from complications associated with chronic health issues. He had been battling heart and kidney problems for several years and was hospitalized in 2017 for acute heart failure, which significantly impacted his health in the years that followed. Despite his passing, Akebono's legacy lives on. He remains a symbol of strength, perseverance, and cross-cultural achievement in both sumo and professional wrestling. Melissa Coates, born on June 18, 1971, was a dynamic and multifaceted athlete whose legacy spanned the worlds of bodybuilding, professional wrestling, and advocacy. Often performing under the ring name Thunder Kitty, she captivated audiences with a striking combination of power, agility, and charm that made her a standout in every arena she entered. Long before she stepped into the wrestling ring, Coates began her career as a professional bodybuilder. Her sculpted physique and fierce determination earned her several championship titles, including top finishes in the Canadian Championships and the North American bodybuilding circuit. Her success in bodybuilding laid the foundation for her transition into professional wrestling, where she brought both a commanding presence and a deep commitment to her craft. Coates made notable appearances in major promotions such as World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, and various independent circuits, gaining recognition for her adaptability in the ring. Whether she was engaging in traditional matches or participating in hardcore, high-impact bouts, Melissa demonstrated a fearless approach to competition. Her persona radiated confidence, and her connection with fans was immediate and heartfelt. She quickly built a loyal fan base, not just for her athletic ability, but for her vibrant energy and her role as a trailblazer for women in the sport. Outside the ring, Coates was a passionate advocate for mental health, courageously sharing her personal struggles to help break the stigma surrounding mental illness. Sadly, her life was cut short when she passed away, at the age of 50, due to complications from a blood clot that developed following a leg amputation. Melissa Coates' untimely death sent shockwaves through the wrestling community. Remembered for her resilience, positivity, and unwavering spirit, her influence continues to inspire a new generation of athletes, especially women, seeking to leave their own mark on the world of professional wrestling. Lanny Poffo, born Lanny Mark Poffo on December 28, 1954, in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, was a professional wrestler, author, and occasional actor, best known for his time in World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. The younger brother of the iconic Randy Macho Man Savage, Poffo managed to create his own lasting identity in the wrestling world with a blend of athleticism, charisma, and intellectual flair. He was affectionately known by fans as Leaping Lanny Poffo and later as the Genius, a persona that blended arrogance with academic wit. Poffo began his wrestling journey in the mid-1970s, competing in various regional promotions, including the Continental Wrestling Association and the National Wrestling Alliance. He joined WWE, then WWF, in the 1980s, where he stood out for his unique gimmick, reciting clever rhymed promos on his way to the ring and often throwing frisbees inscribed with poems to the audience. His poetic jabs and flamboyant robes as the Genius made him a distinctive and entertaining figure during the golden era of professional wrestling. In the ring, Poffo was admired for his technical proficiency and agility, often showcasing moves like the moonsault long before it became a common high-flying maneuver. Though he never reached main event status, he earned respect for his consistent performances and creative approach to character work. Lanny Poffo, at the age of 68. According to reports from close family and friends, the cause of death was congestive heart failure. His passing marked the end of a life dedicated to performance, creativity, and passion for wrestling. While he lived somewhat in the shadow of his famous brother, Lanny Poffo carved a legacy all his own, one defined by intellect, innovation, and heart. Charlie Norris, born on October 21, 1963, was a respected and charismatic professional wrestler whose influence resonated throughout the wrestling world, particularly during the 1990s. Hailing from Red Lake, Minnesota, Norris was a proud Native American who brought authenticity and cultural pride to the ring, something that made him stand out in an industry often driven by larger-than-life personas and theatrics. His strong sense of identity, combined with his natural athleticism, quickly earned him a devoted following. Norris first gained recognition on the independent wrestling circuit before rising to national prominence with World Championship Wrestling, WCW, in the early 1990s. Known for his combination of traditional wrestling techniques and surprisingly agile, high-energy maneuvers, Norris proved he could hold his own against some of the biggest names in the business. He squared off with top-tier competitors like Steve Austin and Scott Hall, further proving his value in an intensely competitive era. Although his run in WCW was relatively short-lived, Norris continued to leave his mark in independent promotions across the country, collecting championships and praise along the way. He was more than just a performer. Behind the scenes, he was admired for his kindness, generosity, and commitment to mentoring younger talent. Many up-and-coming wrestlers credited Norris for helping shape their careers. Tragically, Charlie Norris at the age of 59. According to reports, the cause was complications related to diabetes, a condition he had battled for several years. His passing was a profound loss to the wrestling community, especially among those who remembered him not just for his in-ring achievements, but for the heart and humility he brought to the sport. Charlie Norris's legacy lives on in the memories of fans, peers, and protégés who continue to honor his contributions to wrestling and the enduring spirit he embodied. Uncle Elmer, born Stanley C. Frazier on June 24, 1948, in Mississippi, was an American professional wrestler best remembered for his run in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, during the mid-1880s. With a towering frame of 6 feet 4 inches and tipping the scales at over 350 pounds, he was a commanding presence in the ring, yet carried an unmistakable charm that made him a fan favorite. Donning overalls and a wide-brimmed hat, Uncle Elmer embodied the jovial, country bumpkin persona, a larger-than-life caricature inspired by rural Southern stereotypes, which he portrayed with a blend of warmth, humor, and authenticity. He made his WWF debut in 1985, joining the ranks during one of the most colorful and character-driven eras in wrestling history. Often teamed with other hillbilly gimmick wrestlers like Hillbilly Jim, Elmer was featured in lighthearted skits and segments that showcased his comedic timing and crowd-pleasing charisma. One of his most memorable moments came during a televised wedding segment on Saturday night's main event, where he played the lovable groom in what was both a comedic and touching storyline, adding a unique blend of storytelling to the in-ring action. Despite his comedic role, Uncle Elmer wasn't just a sideshow. He competed at major events like the Big Event in 1986 and appeared at WrestleMania 3, holding his own against more serious contenders. After stepping away from the squared circle, Elmer remained connected to the wrestling world through fan conventions and appearances, reminiscing about the glory days of 1980s wrestling. Sadly, Stanley Frazier, at the age of 54, due to complications from kidney failure. His legacy endures as one of wrestling's most endearing and unforgettable characters, an entertainer who brought joy, laughter, and heart to the ring. Harold Fitzgerald Hogue, best known to wrestling fans as Ice Train and M.I. Smooth, passed away at the age of 58. Born on November 13, 1965 in New Jersey, Hogue made a significant impact in professional wrestling, particularly during his time with World Championship Wrestling, WCW, in the early 1990s. His imposing physique and strong in-ring performances earned him recognition and a place in wrestling history. Hogue made his WCW debut on July 7, 1993, under the ring name Ice Train, quickly making an impression with a dominant victory in a handicap match on Worldwide. His first major pay-per-view appearance came at the inaugural Fall Brawl event, where he secured a victory over Shanghai Pierce. Soon after, Ice Train formed a tag team with fellow wrestlers the Shockmaster and Charlie Norris, achieving notable victories, including a significant win against Harlem Heat and the Equalizer at Halloween Havoc. Despite a strong start, Hogue's momentum was interrupted when his undefeated streak ended with a loss to Ron Simmons at Clash of the Champions on January 27, 1994. Nonetheless, his time in WCW showcased his strength and commitment to the wrestling world. After his tenure with WCW, Hogue continued to wrestle on the independent circuit, where he remained a respected figure in the sport. Sadly, Hogue's life was cut short when he, at the age of 58. The cause of death was related to complications from a long battle with diabetes, which had caused significant health challenges in his later years. Despite his relatively brief career, Ice Train's legacy lives on, with fans and fellow wrestlers remembering him for his powerful persona, wrestling accomplishments, and the mark he left on the sport. His contributions continue to be cherished within the wrestling community. Michael Charles Jones, best known by his ring name Virgil, was born on April 7, 1951, in Wilkinsburg, Pennsylvania. He became a notable figure in professional wrestling, particularly for his stints in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, and World Championship Wrestling, WCW. Virgil's career was defined by his distinctive personas and his ability to leave a lasting impression in the ring. Jones's journey into wrestling began in 1985 after meeting veteran wrestler Tony Atlas, who encouraged him to pursue training. He made his debut in the Championship Wrestling Association in Memphis, adopting the ring name Soul Train Jones. Quickly gaining recognition, he won the AWA International Heavyweight Championship, holding it for 106 days, and later teamed with Rocky Johnson to win the AWA Southern Tag Team Championship. His technical skills and ring presence earned him respect in the regional wrestling circuits. Virgil's most notable role came in the WWF, where he served as the bodyguard for the infamous $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. His eventual betrayal of DiBiase, culminating in a victory for the $1 Million Championship, became one of the most iconic moments in 1990s wrestling. This shift from a villainous enforcer to an underdog hero made Virgil a fan favorite and solidified his place in wrestling history. After leaving the WWF, Virgil joined WCW, where he performed under multiple ring names, including Vincent, Curly Bill, and Soul Train Jones, and became a key member of the New World Order (NWO) faction. In his later years, Virgil experienced a resurgence in popularity thanks to social media, where memes and fan tributes celebrated his larger-than-life persona. Virgil, at the age of 72, due to complications from colon cancer and a series of strokes. Despite his health struggles, his contributions to wrestling continue to be fondly remembered by fans around the world. Masami Odate, better known in the world of WWE as Io Sky, is a living example of resilience and determination. Since her debut, Io has showcased incredible talent, impressive athleticism, and an unwavering commitment to her craft. Her career has taken her from the rings of Japan to the global stage of WWE, where she has consistently proven herself as one of the most dynamic and exciting wrestlers. However, her journey has not been without challenges. Throughout her career, Io has faced a series of health setbacks, including multiple injuries that have tested her physical and mental strength. Yet, each time, she has managed to come back stronger, defying the odds and silencing critics who doubted her. From her early days in wrestling to her rise in WWE, Io Sky's story is one of perseverance, hard work, and a deep love for the sport. Her commitment to overcoming obstacles, both physical and mental, has been a driving force in her career. This article will explore the major injuries Io has faced, how she overcame them, and the lessons she has taught us all about resilience, strength, and never giving up. 2016, back surgery and coccyx repair, a critical setback. Io Sky's journey into the international wrestling scene has been marked by both triumphs and struggles. One of the earliest and most significant health challenges she faced came in 2016 when she underwent back surgery for coccyx tailbone repair. This particular injury posed a serious threat to her career, given the demanding nature of professional wrestling, where every movement and maneuver requires balance, flexibility, and strength. The coccyx is a small but vital bone located at the base of the spine, and it plays a key role in maintaining stability while standing, sitting, and moving. For a wrestler like Io Sky, whose high-flying style relies on swift acrobatic moves, a coccyx injury can cause intense pain and discomfort. It's an injury that not only affects a wrestler's movement, but also their ability to absorb the shock from high-impact maneuvers, making it incredibly difficult to continue performing at the elite level required in WWE. For many athletes, a back injury, particularly one involving the coccyx, can be a career ender. Yet, rather than push through the pain or risk further damage, Io Sky made the difficult decision to undergo surgery. This was a pivotal moment in her career, as the surgery was a significant step in securing her long-term health. The recovery process was far from easy, involving months of rehabilitation and strict physical therapy. She had to show incredible patience and dedication during this time to ensure that she could return to wrestling in peak condition. The healing process was not only physically taxing, but emotionally challenging as well. A setback of this magnitude could have been the end of Io Sky's career, but instead, she chose to view it as an opportunity to heal and come back even stronger. Many wrestlers have faced similar injuries, but few have the determination and discipline to overcome them the way Io did. Her return to the ring after the surgery was a testament to her resilience, and she proved that she could perform at an incredibly high level despite the challenges she had faced. 2020, ankle fracture and surgery, a near-career-ending injury. In 2020, Io Sky was faced with yet another daunting injury. During WWE's NXT Stand and Deliver event, she suffered a severe fractured ankle, an injury that required surgery to repair. For a wrestler who relies on speed, agility, and high-flying maneuvers, an ankle injury is one of the most concerning setbacks an athlete can face. Injuries to the ankle can hinder a wrestler's mobility and stability, making it difficult to execute the complex and dynamic moves that have become a hallmark of Io Sky's wrestling style. The injury required extensive surgery, which involved the insertion of screws and plates to stabilize the bone and ensure that it healed properly. Following the surgery, Io Sky was forced to take several months off from in-ring competition as she underwent a rigorous rehabilitation process. For many, this would have been a moment of doubt. The severity of the injury raised questions about whether she would ever be able to return to her previous level of performance, let alone maintain her signature high-flying style. During her recovery, Io was faced with another challenge, adapting to the physical limitations of her injury. Ankle fractures are notoriously difficult to heal, and for athletes, they can often lead to long-term issues with mobility and an increased risk of re-injury. However, Io Sky's response to this challenge was nothing short of extraordinary. Rather than alter her wrestling style or play it safe, she worked tirelessly to regain her strength, mobility, and confidence in her movements. She followed an intense rehabilitation program, working closely with medical professionals to ensure that she could safely return to the ring. When Io finally made her comeback to the ring, it was clear that her recovery had been successful. Despite concerns that her high-flying abilities might be compromised, she was able to execute her signature top rope dives and aerial maneuvers with the same intensity and precision that had made her a fan favorite. The fact that she returned to the ring with no visible signs of injury or limitation was a testament to her mental toughness and physical resilience. She proved once again that she was not just a talented wrestler, but also a fighter capable of overcoming any obstacle. Rumors and misinformation, setting the record straight. Throughout her career, Io Sky has had to contend with a series of rumors and misinformation regarding her health. When an athlete is known for their resilience and ability to overcome injury, it often invites speculation and gossip. Some fans and media outlets began to question whether Io Sky's injuries, especially her back surgery in 2016 and ankle surgery in 2020, would shorten her career or force her to change her in-ring style. One common rumor suggested that Io's back surgery would permanently hinder her ability to perform at a high level. Some reports falsely claimed that she was suffering from chronic pain, and there was even talk of early retirement due to her lingering health issues. These rumors were not only inaccurate but also disrespectful to Io Sky's ability to manage her own health. As it turns out, she has continued to perform at an elite level, executing high-risk moves and maintaining the same explosive wrestling style that fans love. Similarly, after her ankle surgery, there were concerns that Io Sky might need to alter her style to avoid further injury. Ankle injuries, particularly fractures, can have long-lasting effects, and many wrestlers have had to adjust their in-ring styles to accommodate these limitations. However, Io Sky did not fall into this pattern. She returned to the ring with renewed vigor, maintaining her high-flying style and continuing to perform at a high level. This only reinforced the notion that her recovery was successful and that she had not been significantly impacted by her injury. Despite the rumors and misinformation that often circulate about her health, Io Sky has shown that she can manage her injuries and continue to perform without sacrificing the quality of her in-ring work. She has not allowed unfounded speculation to dictate her career. Instead, she has taken control of her health, focusing on what matters most: her training, recovery, and love for wrestling. In the road ahead, managing health and career longevity. As Io Sky continues to rise in WWE, she is acutely aware of the importance of managing her health and ensuring that her body remains in peak condition. Wrestling is an incredibly physically demanding sport, and injuries are a natural part of the profession. However, Io's past successes in overcoming setbacks have shown that with the right care, training, and rehabilitation, she can continue to perform at the highest level for years to come. Many top WWE superstars have learned to manage their injuries and adapt their training regimens to ensure career longevity. From regular physiotherapy to strength training and mobility exercises, these steps help prevent further injuries and allow athletes to continue competing at the top of their game. Io Sky has already demonstrated her commitment to this process, and her future in WWE looks incredibly bright. As she continues to hold the WWE Women's World Championship, Io's focus will undoubtedly remain on maintaining her physical health while also finding new ways to evolve as a wrestler. Her experience with overcoming injuries will likely influence her approach to the sport, as she will always strive for excellence without compromising her long-term health. Conclusion: a champion of resilience and strength. Io Sky's career is a shining example of what it means to overcome adversity. From undergoing back surgery in 2016 to recovering from a fractured ankle in 2020, she has faced some of the most difficult challenges a professional wrestler can experience. Yet, with each setback, she has come back stronger, proving that her strength is not only physical, but mental as well. Her story is an inspiration to wrestlers and athletes in all sports, showing that resilience, discipline, and a commitment to recovery can help anyone overcome the most daunting obstacles. Io Sky has shown that no injury, no matter how severe, can take away her passion for wrestling or her drive to succeed. Her continued success in WWE is a testament to her incredible work ethic and determination. As Io Sky soars to new heights in WWE, fans can be assured that her story is far from over. No matter what challenges lie ahead, one thing is certain: Io Sky will continue to rise above them, proving that resilience, strength, and an unwavering spirit are the true marks of a champion.